Shall we play a game?
Introducing ColecoVision, the most advanced video game system you can buy.
Hello and welcome back to Vintage Gaming Memories. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you would. You would not only be helping me grow this channel, but you put a smile on my face. In all seriousness, I do appreciate everyone's support and the numbers, whether it be in the subs, the views, the likes, or even in comments. It all really does motivate me. So I do appreciate each and every one of you. Now to this video. It's been a crazy January. I received 4 different video game systems in the month, and I've done videos on, I think, all of them but this one. So this is the ColecoVision video game console that came out in 1982. I've never owned one as a kid, and I think I've only played on it a few times at a friend's house, so it's gonna like the very first time when I do play it on this one. I did get this from eBay, but I was a bit disappointed with the seller because he took the fun out of cleaning this up to find that diamond in the rough. Something I always like to do. But seriously though, from the pictures on the auction, he did go above and beyond to make the system look great. However, since I'm that crazy guy that likes to make collectibles clean and look like new as possible, I will go through this with a fine-tooth comb, so be prepared. Alright, let's open this bundle up. You can see there's a lot of things packaged up in here. Very excited to see all of this. There are 16 games in here. I believe I counted 7 that are Coleco games, and then the others are Atari 2600 ones that you can play with the expansion module number 1, which is also in here. And also the expansion module number 2, which is that driving controller that has a steering wheel and a gas pedal. It's also part of this package, and it was all cleaned up as well. So let's just take each one out and get it out of the box, and then we'll look at each one of them closely. Alright, well here's that expansion module 1. And these are all going to be carts. So these are the Atari carts that I mentioned. There's a bunch of those, which will be duplicates for me. Probably give them away, or I don't know. I don't really need all these extras. Some more. And some Coleco here. There's a Coleco one and another one. Some more Atari. More Atari. There you go, Coleco. Hubert Coleco one here. Module 2, steering wheel and the pedal. My ColecoVision. Alright, let me just wipe it down a little bit. It's got, it's got a little bit of excess. I don't know if it's Armor All, but it does have a nice coating on here to make it shine. Don't know what was used, but that's fine. It looks good. I mean, you know me, I'd be using Novus and then probably some Armor All if I can. But anyways, looking at this, it looks nice. Controllers look good. The only thing I did was wiped it down because it was a little bit oily from the polish. I just didn't want to drop this because it was kind of slippery in my hands. But it looks great. I mean, the only other thing I guess there is that engraving or markings that are in here. You know, there's some, I think I saw that in the auction itself, which is not a big deal. It's got like a serial number of some sort written on here, as well as on the bottom. And you can see it right here. And I know the trick to get rid of that. It takes a little bit of melting heat, but you can make it look smooth and not even noticeable. I may do that, and I'll do a video on how to do that. The controllers are very clean as well. You can take a look at that. Now this should be all operational because he mentioned that, so I'm not concerned, but I will test everything to show you. I mean, all the buttons feel like the contacts are good. So that looks great. Well, here's the expansion module number 1. This retailed for $60 back in 1983, so equivalent to around $180 in today's money. It's pretty cool though what this enables you to do on the ColecoVision. So once you connect it to the main console through the expansion port in the front of that console through here, you slide it right in and it connects. It'll then allow you to play the Atari 2600 games through the ColecoVision module. Kind of like a 2-in-1. And then if you look closely here, you can see that the buttons are pretty much the same on the Atari 2600. You got your color and your black and white options. You have your left and the right A and B difficulty switches. Then you have your game select and then your game reset. And in front here is where you plug in your controller, whether you use the Atari joysticks or you can still use the ColecoVision controllers. It's a really nice way to expand your gaming experience just through one console going right through the ColecoVision. The bottom here, well, you can see that it's missing 3 of the rubber footings, and I did know about that from the auction listing. It was showing it in the picture, so no surprise there. I can easily replace them all to look uniform, so I'm not worried about that. And yeah, so you could, there's the grease part. Okay, I am critiquing, I guess. The back here where you see some of the scuffs on the plastic, I'm going to do some Novus 1 magic and let's see what difference I can make. Okay, there you have it. You can see the difference. It does shine. There's none of that scratches on the back as much. It's pretty much gone. But the funny part about all this is where it's going to be plugging right into the console and it will probably get scratched up again. So just wanted to see what I could do. So one thing I did notice, because I do take everything apart, is that it's missing screws on the bottom here. I see 2 screws holding it in here. Nothing on any of these, which means I'm sure, yeah, it could pry it open pretty easy. But I'm not going to do that. I will find replacements, which I have plenty of. I mean, I knew he opened this up because he had pictures of it, but if you're buying from someone you're not sure of whether or not it's been tampered with, screws are the first giveaway, right? If the screws are missing, more than likely it's been opened. I mean, I have some actual computer systems that were open with the wrong screws put in place, and they just threaded and stripped the plastic housing, and I just had to remold it. So you just really have to be careful. But again, I already knew he opened this up, so I'm not worried about it. And I can find screws to match that without a problem. Module 2. Let me get some room here. So this is the steering wheel and pedal, obviously, right? I think this takes batteries. Yes, it does. So that looks great. A little bit of stuff in between the cracks here. That's where you open it up and you clean it there as well. I don't know if I'm going to open up this one. If there's a problem with it, I guess I would. But just a little dirt in between the cracks of the cases. Okay. One thing about these, like the cartridges, they're not clean. I would clean each one of these out by the contacts as well. I mean, if the console itself is nice and clean, you don't really want to have dirt coming back in. So try to clean these contacts as well with contact cleaner. And I'm going to use the deoxit to do that. Not a big deal. Like I said, this system is really clean. Here's how it looks on the inside of the contacts. One of the things I like about the Atari carts, the 2600s, that they have the covers on there that keep the dust out. a little bit easier to clean or keep clean. Okay, I'm about done cleaning here. So everything was fully cleaned. Actually, it came clean, very clean, by the seller, and it was very nice to have that. The only thing I had to clean was the cartridges, especially the Coleco ones inside here. They were just dirty by the contacts, so I cleaned all those. And then I guess the expansion modules, the cords that were on them, that need to be cleaned down. Nothing big. And then the AC adapter needed to be cleaned a little bit on the cords. So other than that, it looked good. Oh, and missing 2 screws or 3 screws. Not a big deal. So very good purchase. Now the big test is, does this work? I mean, great, it looks nice, but if it doesn't work, then it's a bust. So let's go and connect everything up and give it a shot. Okay, so I have my ColecoVision connected up to my television, also plugged in, and I'm using the existing cable that I used with my 2600, so I know that works well. So let's first turn this thing on without any cartridges in the ColecoVision, just to see what kind of splash screen we get. Okay, we get the typical turn game off before inserting cartridge or expansion module. Looks good. Let's go ahead and try the first ColecoVision cartridge, which will be my all-time favorite game, Smurf. Yes, I'm joking. I'm sorry, it's called Smurf Rescue. Colors look good. We'll go skill 1, 1 player. Alright, I think this looks good. I mean, up, down, left, right work. It's really not 8-directional, and the buttons are not useful in this game so far. So let's try the next game. This next game will be Mr. Do, which I am almost certain it's a 4-directional game. Okay. Hit the reset button. That was odd. Let's just turn it off and try that again. Let me reseat this and see if that was an issue. Okay, better. Again, we'll do skill 1, 1 player. Yeah, this is a 4-directional game, but let's see if the buttons work. So that's good. Colors look good too, nice and bright. All right, let's check out the next game. Next game will be Mousetrap, which I think is also another 4-directional game, just by my memory. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Oh yeah, I remember this game. It's just like a Pac-Man type. So yeah, it's 4-directional, which is really not my favorite with it. Well, it's not bad, but with an 8-directional controller, it's not really easy for me. I liked it to be a little bit smoother. Anyways, game works, looks good. Next game. Okay, we'll try the classic Centipede, which is 8-directional. Easy play. Yep, I can go, looks like I can go all directions. Fire button works. So this is so far so good on my test. Let's try the next game. Okay, we're going to try Cosmic Avenger. I'm not familiar with this game. Okay, I can use both buttons, so I've tested that now. Both buttons work on this controller. Alright, let's try another game. This is cool. We're going to try Sub Rock. Okay. Submarine game. Let's see. And it does use both buttons, so that's another confirmation that this controller works fine. Okay, let's go to the last game. So this last game of my Coleco 7 cartridges that I got with this package is called Turbo. And this will use the expansion module number 2, which is the steering wheel and the gas pedal. So I have that connected into joystick port 1, and I have the ColecoVision controller plugged into port 2. And we'll turn this on. Alright, I don't think that's normal. Let me hit reset. Okay, we'll go skill 1. Alright, let's hope this works. Oh, cool. So I'm using both the module 2 and the joystick controller, or the controller for the ColecoVision, to do shifting from high to low gear. This steering wheel is nice and smooth, it works great. Very responsive, and the gas pedal obviously is a go, as you can see. And I think I remember playing this game as a kid. This is probably the only game I remember playing at all on my friend's ColecoVision. Everything else I've been playing with today has been new to me. Well, I won't continue playing this because I can see myself playing this for quite some time, but this is a pretty cool game. Let me just crash here and see what happens. Alright. Okay, so we're done testing the ColecoVision cartridges on the ColecoVision. Okay, now let's change this up a bit and let's test the expansion module 1, which will allow you to play the Atari 2600 cartridges through the ColecoVision console. And that's a simple connection. As I mentioned earlier, you just connect it to the front expansion port of the ColecoVision. And what I'm going to do is use a Atari joystick. I could use the ColecoVision controllers, but I'm going to use an Atari controller with the game. And the first game, let's go with Trod, because there's a lot of colors. Like that. So it looks pretty bright on my side here, and I hope it comes across like that in the video. My concern is with the 2600, I have plenty of those, that sometimes the color fading occurs, and there is an adjuster on the bottom. You can adjust the color itself. I did not touch it with this, so I left it as is, and it looks pretty good. It does look bright, so I'm happy to say that it's not kind of faded out or anything. Let's play the game here a little bit and see how that looks. Alright, it looks pretty good. It's bright enough for me. I don't think this game was ever that bright anyways to begin with, as far as, you know, how it looks here. Let's try another game. Alright, we know that the colors look pretty good in Tron as far as the intro screen, and then the game itself was a little bit dark, but let's try River Raid because of the blue for the water and the green, I think, on the sides. I think this should look kind of good. We'll find out. And it's not bad. I mean, I don't remember how bright the greens were or the blues, but it looks a little bit dark, but I don't know. Maybe that's how it was. It plays just like it would normally play. I mean, really, you're just playing through the ColecoVision, but it's really an Atari 2600 kind of in front of it. So this looks good, I think. I don't have any problems with it. And remember, I'm not planning to play my Atari 2600 games through the ColecoVision. I just wanted to make sure that the expansion module really works, and I think it does. We'll do one more game. How about Berserk? That's always a good one. Okay, Berserk. Let's see how this looks. Looks pretty good, actually, from what I remember it to be. It plays like it should. Okay, I think we're good with testing out all three components of this package that I received. We tested the ColecoVision with its 7 ColecoVision cartridges. They all seem to work fine. There was that one weird thing, or actually two things, where I had to hit the reset button because when you powered up, it kind of had a weird tone, or it kind of looked weird, and resetting it seemed to fix it. That's probably not a big deal. Again, They all played well. The controllers both worked. I tried both of them, all directions, and the buttons seemed to work fine. Then we jumped to the expansion module number 2, which was the steering wheel and the gas pedal for the game Turbo. That worked perfect. Awesome looking game. And then we went to expansion module number 1, which allows you to play your Atari 2600 games through the ColecoVision console. And they seem to work fine. As you can see, the colors are still there. I don't think I'm losing any quality, but then again, I'm really not planning to play it through that way. I just wanted to make sure all of the items that came with this bundle work. I think the only thing I'll be doing in the near future is perhaps a mod upgrade to the audio video. There's options I know online. I have to look into a little bit more, but that's probably the only thing I'll do. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to subscribe and comment down below and let me know what you think and anything you can give me as far as possible suggestions on what I should do with this system. Again, I don't want to go too crazy with it. I just wanted to be able to own something of the past that I had some experience with and some memories, and I think I've achieved that so far. Thanks again, everyone, for watching, and until next time, be sure to keep that gaming passion from the past alive by living it today. Take care, everyone.